The night began with a silence so heavy that even the cameras in the NHK studio seemed afraid to breathe. Moments earlier, producers received a message marked, "Urgent, Ohtani official announcement." And within seconds, every screen in the building flickered, as if bracing for impact. No one knew what was coming. But everyone felt the same chill. Something wasn't right. Rumors travel fast in sports. But on that night, the rumors didn't travel, they exploded. A producer swore he heard the words, "broadcast blackout." Another whispered, "massive losses." Yet no one dared say anything louder than a breath. Shohei Ohtani wasn't just an athlete. He was a global phenomenon, a ratings magnet, a living heartbeat of the industry. If he spoke, the world listened. But this felt different. This felt catastrophic. When Ohtani finally appeared on the screen, not in Dodger blue, not on a field, but behind a plain desk, millions felt their stomach drop. His expression was calm, but his eyes carried the weight of something far heavier than baseball. In homes across Japan, across America, across every corner of the world where his legend lived, people leaned forward. Something historic was about to be said. And then it happened. A single sentence that froze NHK, silenced broadcasters, and sent shockwaves through every newsroom on Earth. "Tonight, I must reveal damage greater than anyone imagined." No one blinked. Not in the studio. Not in the streets. Not in living rooms where families had their hands clasped over their mouths. Damage. What damage? To whom? To what? Ohtani paused, as if searching for the strength to continue. For a moment, it felt like time itself was holding its breath. Even the hum of the lights above him seemed to die. He talked about the weight of expectations. The relentless pressure. The unseen battles behind the glory. But then he shifted, not toward his own struggles, but toward something far stranger. Something the media had sensed but never fully understood. Ohtani revealed that for months, broadcasters had been relying on incomplete information. Footage delayed, data misplaced, feeds corrupted without explanation. Fans had noticed glitches, but brushed them off as technical errors. In reality, the problem ran far deeper. He explained that a massive system failure, a failure no one had dared speak publicly about, had been sabotaging live sports broadcasting across Japan. Games vanished mid-play. Stats appeared wrong. Even replays suddenly warped or blurred, as if reality itself had been tampered with. NHK staff stared at their monitors, jaws slack. They knew there were issues. But not like this. Not catastrophic. Not industry-shattering. Ohtani continued, revealing that major networks had spent weeks trying to hide the full extent of the problem. They feared panic. They feared the collapse of trust. They feared losing the one thing that kept them alive in a digital world, reliability. But the truth was simple, and terrifying. The heart of the broadcasting system had failed completely. Not damaged. Not malfunctioning. Destroyed. An entire national infrastructure, built over decades, had collapsed under a chain reaction no one saw coming. Lightning storms. Power spikes. Corrupted archives. A perfect storm that wiped out years of footage, backups, and live distribution channels. A media apocalypse. Ohtani wasn't the cause. But he was the one chosen, perhaps the only one trusted enough, to deliver the truth. When he declared, "The damage is far beyond imagination," even the most hardened anchors felt their breath tremble. Because he wasn't exaggerating. Sports history had been erased. Entire seasons. Legendary moments. Unseen documentaries. All gone. Like sand through fingers. Fans watching felt a strange mix of dread and awe. This wasn't a scandal. It wasn't gossip. It wasn't a rumor. It was history collapsing in real time. But in the middle of the devastation, Ohtani shared something unexpected. Something powerful. Something the networks couldn't provide, but he could. Hope. He spoke of rebuilding. Not with machines, not with archives, not with cables or satellites, but with memory, passion, and the love fans carried for the game. "Moments are eternal," he said softly. "They live in us. And when we share them, they return." Suddenly, the narrative shifted. From fear to unity. From destruction to rebirth. People who moments earlier had felt their world crumble now felt something stirring inside them. A reminder that sports were never just about broadcasts, but about people. Ohtani's voice grew stronger, steadier, more certain. He announced that he would personally lead a new initiative, not a corporate campaign, but a human one, to revive the connection between players, fans, and the spirit of the game. He promised open access footage, live streams directly from players, behind the scenes stories saved from the wreckage. Not controlled by networks. Not filtered. Pure, direct, human storytelling. And for the first time that night, Nick's studio wasn't silent from fear, but from astonishment. The man who had delivered the world's worst broadcasting disaster was now shaping its rebirth. Families watching wiped tears from their eyes. Not because of the devastation, but because of the courage. The honesty. The belief that even in collapse, new light could rise. The broadcast ended not with darkness, but with an image of Ohtani standing under a stadium's empty lights, holding a baseball, saying, "Every ending creates space for a better beginning. And together, we'll build something stronger than ever before." When the screen faded to black, the world didn't feel broken anymore. It felt ready. Ready to rebuild. Ready to remember. Ready to rise. And as millions sat silently in their living rooms, one thought echoed in their hearts. Sometimes the greatest moments don't happen on the field. They happen when a hero steps forward and tells the truth no one else dares to speak.